Hey, what is going on everybody? Welcome to a brand new video. Now, I know I've been lacking on the videos a bit recently, but there is a good reason because I think I have stumbled onto an absolute gold mine for content creators and streamers. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So the reason that I've been lacking content so much over here is that recently I decided to try out some new content by making myself a TikTok account. Now, I have been on the platform for just under a month and it is already my largest content and social platform of all in terms of followers, reach and engagement. In less than a month on the platform, I have been able to build myself over 3,000 followers and over 200,000 video views, which has also, more importantly, translated into growth across the board on platforms such as Twitch and here on YouTube as well. So if you still don't think that multi-platform content is the way to go, this video is going to be a list of reasons why you should really be trying it out. Now, if you wanted to go and check out the new TikTok account, I will leave a link to it down in the description below. And of course, I also stream over on Twitch every Monday to Thursday at 8:30 p.m. UK time. So if you wanted to talk more in depth about anything from this video or any of the past videos, feel free to jump into one of my streams and come have a chat with me. I spend most of my time in just chatting, so I'm always there to answer any questions or thoughts you might have. Or if you want to, come join my Discord server. I will leave a link to that in the description below. We have a wonderful group of people in there, like-minded people, gamers, streamers, all kinds of wonderful folks who love to sit and chat. So if you want to come and talk more, feel free to hop on in. Anyway, let's get back into it. I have been saying to you guys for a while now that multi-platform content is the key to growing across the board through your streams, your YouTube, whatever it is, you need to be making use of multiple platforms. And today we are going to be talking, as you will have guessed, about TikTok, because I would definitely 100% recommend to every creator and streamer out there, make yourself a TikTok, because it is an absolute gold mine. There is such a huge audience on there, people who like all kinds of different content, but there's actually a massive following on there for streamers, gaming, and all of that kind of stuff, which is how I have managed to find such great growth on there as well. So I would fully recommend making yourself an account and giving it a go. And this video is going to explain just how you can get yourself started on there and try and find some fast growth on there, which is also then going to translate into growth everywhere else. So let's get into a few tips on how to start a TikTok account and how to find yourself some fast growth. Those who are familiar with my videos about this kind of stuff will know that I've talked quite a lot about algorithms on content platforms, such as YouTube itself, which has a fantastic algorithm, and Twitch, which is lacking a very good algorithm, which is why it's struggling to help people to grow their content. But what I have discovered with TikTok is that it has one of the best algorithms out there. It studies your content and the content that you watch and tailors it not only to the videos that you want to see, but also pushes your content out to people who have similar interests and similar viewing patterns, so that your content is being pushed towards the right kind of people who are more likely to see your content and keep coming back for more. Within just a couple of days of being on the platform, the algorithm recognized that I was really into PC, tech, and gaming setup videos, and it began to push those towards me more and more. And it also then recognized that those were the kind of videos that I was making and started pushing those out to people who are also interested in those same categories. And this brings me nicely onto my second point, which is about finding your niche. You've heard me say it a lot before because it's one of the most important things to do as a creator, because you need to find exactly what it is that you want to be making content about and what it is that you are passionate about. Now, the reason that I say this is because I see a lot of creators, I've noticed it on TikTok since I've been on there, but also with YouTube and other similar platforms, where people will post a lot of content, maybe multiple times a week or multiple times a day sometimes, but every single time it's about a completely different subject. And this is really not going to help you with growth, because people are going to come by, they're going to see maybe one video and they think, oh, this person makes a video about such and such, let's go over and have a look at the rest of their content. And then none of it is about anything to do with what they have just watched. So they're going to leave and they're not going to come back for more. Whereas if you are making multiple content about the same type of stuff, people are going to watch your video, say, wow, okay, let's have a look at their channel. They go over there and they see lots more related videos. They're going to be much more likely to say, I'm going to drop this person a follow or a sub. And they're going to keep coming back over and over again. And you've just gained yourself an audience member. And that is basically the importance of finding your niche. Like I say, it's also very important because you need to find what you're passionate about. Because whatever it is that you are passionate about, you're going to want to make that content, but you're going to put the most heart into that content as well. It's like what I have started doing. I make a lot of content now on here and on TikTok and Instagram as well about gaming setups and my gaming room and all of this kind of stuff, tech reviews, RGB lighting, all of that kind of stuff is what I've become really passionate about, and it's what I love making content to do with. And since I found that niche, I have managed to find an audience who really enjoy that stuff on TikTok, really enjoy that stuff on Instagram, and really enjoy that stuff here on YouTube as well. And that has helped me build a brand around that kind of stuff. And it's helped me grow all of my platforms together because people will come from TikTok and see my setup videos, come over to YouTube and see similar videos on here. They're not the same, obviously, but they're similar and they still involve that same interest. So that is why I'm seeing growth on multiple platforms from this one. So that is why you need to make sure you find that niche, find what you're interested in making content about, and try to stick to it as best as you can. And then you will find a lot more people will be sticking around for all of your content. Now, anyone who's already familiar with Instagram or TikTok will know the importance of this next tip already. And that is the use of hashtags on your posts to help make it easier to actually find your content. Hashtags are incredibly important, as people from Instagram and TikTok will know already, because you can actually search for specific hashtags when you're on the platform and then look through all of the content that has used those hashtags. And if you've had that on yours and your video pops up, boom, there you go. Somebody else has found your content without even knowing who you were before. So this is why it's really important to use hashtags on your content. It's also extremely important to remember, though, that you need to make sure you are using relevant hashtags. Don't just use any old hashtag that you think is going to get you a lot of views, because very often that isn't going to help you in the slightest. I see a lot of people who use very generic hashtags like, I don't know, hashtag life or hashtag goals or something like that, because they're massively followed by people. But if you are trying to put yourself into a huge category like that, the chances are your content's not going to show up at all, because it's going to be buried under the millions of other posts which are also using those same hashtags. What you need to do is find hashtags that are very relevant to what you're doing. So, like, to use myself as an example again, I am making content that is to do with stream setups, streaming, tech, RGB lighting, all of that kind of stuff. So I use hashtags to do with that kind of stuff. And then people who are interested in those topics find my content from those hashtag pages, come by and watch them. And that is how I basically grow my audience to people who have not found my content before. So it's very important to make sure that you study hashtags. You can go to each hashtag page and it will show you how many people are watching the videos and the posts in those hashtag categories. And what you want to do is try and find yourself a nice mid-range one. You don't want one that's not getting any views at all, because nobody's looking at those hashtags, so there's no point using them. But you don't want to use ones that have absolutely ridiculously high results, because then people aren't going to be able to find your content. If you post in the mid sort of range, then it's much more likely that as your content grows, it's going to show up higher and higher on those hashtags, and people are going to be more likely to find them. And then your content's just going to snowball from there. You're going to garner more and more views from that. And that is how you get discovered. And eventually you could end up going viral with something like that. So that's why it's really important to make sure you research your hashtags before you post them. This brings me nicely onto my next point as well, which is also about researching, and it's about researching your analytics. Now, most content platforms these days give you a big breakdown of all of the analytics of your page so that you can learn things like where your followers are from and who is actually watching your content and what are the best times that your content is being posted. And the reason that I say it's very important to learn this is because it's crucial to growing if you understand where your viewership is coming from. Now, TikTok, I've noticed, is a very, very strongly geo-targeted platform. And that means that basically it pushes your content towards people who tend to be in a similar geographic place to you. Now, I've noticed that I'm from the UK and 50% of my following on TikTok is also from the UK. And that has a huge effect then on when I'm actually posting my content, because you need to make sure you're posting at times that are going to be the peak times for your viewership to actually be on the platform. So taking me as an example, most of my following comes from the UK. So I post at times when I know that people in the UK are most likely to be looking at their content. So I post around lunchtime because I know that a lot of people are probably going to be on their, if they're at school or on their break at work, I know that they might be checking out the site. Or I also post in the early evening because I know that people are either going to be finishing work or finishing school. And again, they're going to be looking at the platform. And then again, a little bit later in the evening, because I know that people tend to be lazing around and not really doing very much at that time. So they are probably going to be checking the app quite a lot. You need to make sure that you study exactly who it is that is watching your content so that you can gain an understanding of when is going to be the best time to post. Because if you're posting at the peak times for your viewership, that's where you're going to get the most attention. If you're posting, say, in the middle of the night for where you are, but early on somewhere else, yeah, you're still going to get some views from overseas. I do get views in America, Australia, all over the place. But you need to look at your highest demographic and make sure that you are catering to them the most. Because if they control the biggest percentage of your viewership, they're going to be the people who are going to give you the biggest numbers. And finally, how is this going to grow your other platforms? Well, it is very important to make sure that you do plug your other platforms. If you're a content creator like me, you need to make sure that you are telling people that you have other platforms and other socials so that they know what else they can go and find. Because when people become fans of your content, they very often want to go out and find other stuff. So if you are a Twitch streamer, a YouTuber, an Instagrammer, or all of the above, make sure that you are letting people on TikTok know that you have other platforms. But don't make sure that you are sort of pushing it in their face that you have these other platforms. You need to do it more naturally and in a way that is actually going to get people to want to do it instead of ignoring it. And what I mean by this is I see a lot of streamers specifically who will use TikTok and all they will do is post a video of them on the camera saying, I'm live on Twitch right now, come check me out. That's not really going to help you at all. TikTok is a platform that is all about creativity. They want eye-catching videos that is going to grab the attention of the viewer and make them go, wow, this is amazing. And then slide in somewhere that you have other content. That's like kind of what I do. I will make a video that looks absolutely amazing of my studio, and then maybe at the end I'll chuck in, oh, I'm live on Twitch right now. So it's important to make sure that you're not shoving it down someone's throat that you have other platforms, but you need to make sure that you are using it to utilize and tell people that you do have other platforms as well. And honestly, I can tell you right now, it works. Because like I say, I have been on TikTok for just under a month. I have over 3,000 followers on TikTok itself, but I've also seen a huge boost in my followers and viewership on Twitch, my subscribers on YouTube, and my followers on my other social media platforms, because they have found me on this single platform and they have then gone to check out my other content. So it is very important to make sure that you are telling people you have your other content out there, but again, don't drive it down people's throats. So there you have it. That was just a quick video on how to get yourself started over on TikTok and how to grow your page very quickly, and also use that to grow all of your other platforms as well. I hope that you guys found this video very helpful and enjoyable. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like down on the video, because it really helps support the channel and helps get my content out to more people. And if you really enjoyed it and want to see more, don't forget you can also sub to the channel as well. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them down in the comments below the video. Or as I mentioned earlier, I stream every Monday to Thursday over on Twitch. Spend a lot of time in just chatting and love talking to you guys. Or hop over into my Discord, because we have a lot of people who are very like you. They like the same kinds of things. They love chilling and chatting. So feel free to jump on in there and chat anytime. Other than that, thank you guys so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Not that many saved up, actually. I might just get a list of them up on the... The frick? So I'm just being attacked by sound...